Well, it's the end of week 8 of the LCS with coverage brought to you by Alienware. I'm joined right now by Santorin after an exciting victory over Golden Guardians, which unfortunately didn't mean much at the end of the day. Santorin, I don't think, have we talked at all this split?
I don't think so, no.
All right. How's it been, man?
It's been rough. I mean, I'll be honest, like it's been probably one, if not the roughest split I've had. I don't think I've ever started 0-9 and, had a bunch of visa issues, roster changes, like all that kind of stuff. And I mean, I've been kind of MIA on social media and stuff because I just, I felt pretty disgusting with what we're shown. Like I don't think I'd ever expect to be like a 10th place team. And I don't think my individual performance was good enough either. So, I'm looking forward to summer because I just want like a clean slate because right now, I really just want to go next pretty much. Yeah.
How have you been holding up mentally on all this stuff? Because I'm sure, you're not on social, you're losing a lot. Like, how are you coping with it?
I think there was a couple of weeks where I didn't do it so well, and I think that also showed in my performance. There was a couple of weeks where, I'll be honest, it looked like I was running it down. I was playing really bad, and I think I realized at some point, like even if there's no chance of playoffs, even though you're pretty much not playing for anything, like you're a professional player, you should still try your hardest to like make sure you just perform and like do your job, like even if there's nothing on the line. And I think at some point I realized that, and then it started getting a little bit better. But overall, I think I've been okay considering everything. I think like the team environment has been nice. Like it's not one of those like terrible team environments where you're just like every day screaming at each other. Like it was a good experience overall. Besides the actual tournament itself, if we remove that, then it was good.
Good vibes and everything?
Yeah, no, I'd say so. I mean, even though we're going through so many very terrible moments of like throwing a lot of games, losing to teams we shouldn't lose to. I mean, I can't say that because we're 10th place, so I guess we should lose to everyone. But there's a lot of losses that I feel like could have been wins, and I think if we had those wins, maybe the morale of the team would have been a little more of a winner's mindset. I think we just lost, like we started 0-9, and from there it's just hard to get the motivation that you need to feel like you're a good team and have something to compete for.
Well, I know obviously in these situations there's never any one thing that has held a team back, but what are sort of the bigger issues that you think Dignitas struggled with this year?
I mean, honestly, I don't know where to start. I think the first one is visa issues. When we came in January, we were playing with 2 substitutes. It was first Bifrost and Hoon. I know on match days we had Ahmud, but we didn't get that much practice with him beforehand. We were playing with Hoon. Then after week 3, I think Igna came. So like we were 0-6, then Igna comes. So then we were again putting another player in. Then 0-9. Then we also switch out Spawn for Tum. So I feel like we haven't really been a full team. Like some of the teams have been together since last year. Some of the teams have been boot camping, like all this kind of stuff. And I just felt like we never had that opportunity. And I'm not gonna say that means we should be a terrible team like this. I think that's one of the reasons. There are so many others as well. But generally speaking, I just felt like it was hard to become a team. Like it's hard to be on the same page with swapping out players all the time. And I think by the time we felt like we had like the full roster, it was pretty much already too late. We were already like 0-9 or something, and it's hard to come up from there.
How confident are you that these 5 players can have the redemption story in the summer?
I think we'll definitely do better than 10th next split. If we're sticking with like the entire roster, I think I don't want to have some copiums that we're going to be first place team. Like obviously, like I think that would be a big reach. But I definitely think with this 5 group, we'd probably be at least playoffs and then hopefully do well in playoffs. I don't want to put my expectations too high because I think anyone would call me delusional if I'm like a 10th place team that can barely win against anyone to be like one of the best teams. But I do believe that with time we'll be a strong team. I mean, on paper, I think our rosters, we have a lot of talented players. I just think we need to utilize those players together as a team, and I think we've done a poor job of that. And honestly, I think the last couple of weeks have been a lot better, generally speaking, but I still think there's so many issues, so I don't want to put the ceiling too high.
Well, stepping away from Dignitas for a second, as you were walking out here, you were walking out with Prince and you guys were chatting a little bit. Are you guys pals or are you just being friendly?
I think that was probably my first conversation with Prince. I don't think we've talked before. He's a really nice guy, and he just came up in a good game and stuff. And he's a really. It's nice to have him in the LCS. I mean, not when he's shitting on me, but like generally speaking, it's a good experience because he's a really nice guy. So.
Who do you think? So I have to vote for MVP. Who do you think I should vote for MVP for the split?
That one is hard. So like for me, there's a couple, but I think for jungle, I'd probably say like if it'd probably be Blubber, and then for ADK, it'd probably Prince, and that's probably the two I would be looking at. Yeah. But there's also other candidates like I think Berserker has been playing really well. Honestly, I think Fudge has actually had a really good split as well. But I would probably put Blabber or Prince, and I'm not going to say which one because it has to be a little bit harder for you. But probably one of those.
Well, I'm gonna ask a bunch of people, and then I'm gonna obviously decide on my own. I think what's crazy is like they're playing, like it is. I feel like between C9 and FlyQuest players, and then they're playing like the tiebreaker tonight. So I feel like that might be the thing. Obviously, Prince got the pentakill earlier today, but we'll see.
Yeah, is this his second? I think he already got. I think he already had one more.
Early in the split? I'm not sure. Yeah.
I'm not sure, but yeah, I mean, every time I see Sari and a good AD carry playing Sari, it gets fucking scary quick. But no, I mean, I'm really excited for the tiebreaker.
Well, anything you want to say to any of the fans out there?
Yeah, I mean, I haven't talked to you guys the entire split. I'm really, really sorry. I think that's like the only thing I can really say. I think I can speak on behalf of the team. I think we felt really disgusting with what we did this year so far. But we're looking to really improve for summer. And I think the last couple of weeks we have had a lot of improvements, though on stage they didn't all show. But for example, this game, like we could have played a lot better still, but I still feel like we got it in us. I mean, look at our roster. Like it shouldn't be a 10th place team.
Very good. Thank you so much for the interview, Santorin. For everyone else, you can check out the rest of my coverage of all things LCS right here on my YouTube channel. Thanks so much for watching that video. I'm going to be heading to Spring Finals, and I hope to see you there. And the whole reason I'll be able to be there is because Alienware sponsors the channel and allows me to do things like go to Spring Finals. So if you're in Raleigh, come by, say hi, and shout out Alienware. And then also go purchase some Alienware products at alienware.com/Travis. Purchase all their products. That, I mean, within reason. Whatever your means are. I'm not trying to get you into any kind of debt, but they got great products. So if you're going to purchase something, just go there. There's a link in the description.